Hello, welcome to next session. In this session, we will solve GATE 2007 XC fluid mechanics paper. Okay. Useful data are acceleration due to gravity G 10 meter per second square and density of water rho omega is equal to 1000 kilogram per meter cube given initially in the question paper. Okay. So first of all, one more question. Question one is a projection manometer is to be used for measuring dynamic pressure of air stream rho 1.2 kilogram per meter cube. The least count of the manometer scale is 0.1 mm. The manometer fluid is alcohol of specific gravity zero point 0.8. The lowest velocity that can be measured is option A root 3 by 2 meter per second, B 2 by root 3 meter per second, C root 3 meter per second, D 2 meter per second. Okay. So the dynamic pressure is given as half rho u square, and we have to calculate the dynamic pressure of air. So we will use rho of air. Rho of air is 1.2, and we and sorry, and u is the velocity as we have to measure the velocity of the air. Okay. So or lowest velocity of the air which can be measured. Okay. So it is for air, the pressure of air is half rho u square, where rho is density of air and u is for velocity of air. As the least count of manometer scale is 0.1 mm, so the minimum pressure the manometer can measure is rho mgh. Okay, where rho m is your zero point 0.8 into 1000. Okay, so this is your 800 and g is your 10 and h is your zero point 0.1 divided by 1000 meters. Okay, so this is dynamic pressure measured OMGH. Okay, so equating these one and two. Okay, if we have to measure the lowest velocity, we have to equate these two. Okay, so because this is when we put h is equal to 0.1 mm, then this is the least dynamic pressure. So equating one and two, half rho u square is equal to rho mgh. Okay, rho is equal to 1.2 and rho m is equal to your 800, g is 10 and h is your 0.1 by 1000. So putting this value we can find out uh, u square. Okay, we can find out u square, that is 1600 by 1200 or 4 by 3. Okay, or it is u is your root 2 by root 3. So option B is the option B is right answer. Okay, next. The velocity of sound, option A, is a thermodynamic state variable. B is constant for a particular fluid. C depends on the velocity of flow, depends upon whether the flow is laminar or turbulent. Okay. Velocity of sound is given as root gamma RT, where gamma is ratio of specific heats and R is characteristic gas constant and T is temperature. So gamma and R is constant for a particular gas. So it is dependent upon only temperature. So it is a thermodynamic state variable. So answer is here A. Okay. Next, consider the mass balance equation. Curly u by curly x plus curly v by curly y is equal to 0. The most appropriate set of conditions for this equation to hold good is A steady or unsteady uh, and compressible or incompressible. Okay. B steady or unsteady and compressible. C steady or unsteady and incompressible. D steady and compressible or incompressible. Here the general mass balance equation is this. Okay, for both compressible, general it is general, compressible, steady, unsteady, and incompressible. Okay, so this is curly rho u by curly x and curly rho v by curly y and curly rho w by curly z plus del rho by del t. Okay, curly rho by curly. Okay. When we assume incompressible flow, then rho is constant. Okay, and when we consider two-dimensional flow, then z is not present. Okay, so curly rho by curly t is your zero. So this is your if rho is coming out of this, then curly u by curly x plus curly v by curly x by is zero. So rho is out of the bracket. Okay, so here this rho cannot be zero, so this is zero. So this is valid for incompressible flow, and but it can be steady or unsteady flow. Okay, so answer is your C. Okay, so it is valid for incompressible flow because density is constant, and it is valid for steady or unsteady flow. Okay, because this assumption we have not taken so far. Okay, next, the non-dimensional number attained from the specific heat Cp, thermal conductivity K, and viscosity mu is. So the K mu Cp is a Prandtl number, and it is a dimensionless number. Okay, so you have to remember this. Or either you can check with the units, but it will be a lengthy process because all the number, Reynolds number, Prandtl number, Stanton number are dimensionless. So this is you have to remember Prandtl numbers. Okay, so these are sorry. So this is mu Cp by K is your dimensionless number. Okay, sorry, this is the your Prandtl. Okay, you have to remember all these. Okay, all these number, Reynolds number, Prandtl number, crowd number. Okay, all these numbers, and these are dimensionless. Okay, next, for a two-dimensional turbulent boundary layer, the shear stress can be expressed as tau W. Tau W is equal to mu curly u by curly y wall. Where u is the velocity parallel to the wall and y is the coordinate perpendicular to the wall. In the above equation, mu denotes option A molecular velocity viscosity of fluid, B turbulent eddy viscosity, C an effective viscosity which is greater than molecular velocity, D an effective viscosity which is less than the molecular viscosity. In turbulent boundary layer, the shear stress is given by mu du by dy and chi typically by chi. Okay. Here mu and mu is your molecular velocity viscosity, and this is your turbulent eddy viscosity. And but when we combine these two viscosities, then we get effective viscosity. So this is your effective viscosity, and it is greater than this. Eddy viscosity and molecular viscosity. So answer is your C. Okay. Generally, this quantity is very large as compared to this quantity, so we take this value. Okay, but in the option, as the two options are given, two different options are given. There is turbulent eddy viscosity and effective viscosity, so we have to mark option C. Okay, next, the flow separation from a solid surface may take place if the flow is option A viscous in a positive streamwise pressure gradient, B viscous in a negative streamwise pressure gradient, C inviscid in a positive streamwise pressure gradient, D inviscid in a negative streamwise pressure gradient. Okay, so this is your solid surface. Okay, and here you can see that mm, the pressure gradient is negative, so velocity will increase. Okay, and here the pressure gradient is positive, so velocity will decrease, and it can to separate or it can take negative value. So when the pressure gradient is positive, the separation of flow can take place. Okay. Or velocity will decrease and or takes negative value. Okay, so the flow separates from here. Okay, so you have to remember like this. Okay, then the answer is your A. Next, 2 marks question. Question number 7. It is given that the solid sphere and a hollow cube have the same outer surface area. The ratio of buoyancy force on the sphere to that on the cube when they are fully submerged in the liquid is given by. So, sir, given that the two blocks, solid sphere and hollow cube, have the surface area. Surface area of sphere is 4 pi r square and surface area of cube is 6 a square. Okay. So equating these two surface area, okay, we get A is equal to 4 pi by 6 r. Okay, 4 pi by 6 r. Okay. Now ratio of buoyant force. Now we have to calculate the ratio of buoyant force. Okay. The ratio of buoyant force is nothing but the weight of the water displaced by the object. Okay. And weight of water is directly proportional to volume of water displaced because density is in both the cases because density in both the cases is same. Okay. By density of water in both the cases is same or it is a liquid. Okay, density of liquid is as both the solid sphere and hollow cube are submerged in same liquid, so density is same. So buoyant force is the ratio of this volume of water, volume of solid cube, and volume of your volume of solid sphere or rather so volume of hollow cube. Okay, okay. So this is the ratio, and A and R relationship is given. Okay, so this is your 6 by 5 root. So option C is the right answer. Next, given that temperature Txy does not change along a streamline in a steady two-dimensional incompressible flow, the equation of the streamline is obtained from. For the streamline, the velocity field is given like this. Okay. dy by dx, the slope of the velocity is dy by dx equal to v by u. And your v in the case of stream function is minus curly psi by curly x and u is your curly psi by curly y. Okay. So this is also in case of temperature, replace this psi by t. Okay, as it is following the same pattern as that of the streamline. So replace this t by the psi by t. Okay, then we will get answer. Okay, so answer is your option A. Okay, next consider a two-dimensional laminar boundary layer. Consider two-dimensional laminar boundary layer with a constant free stream velocity for a fluid particle very close to wall. The sign of the material acceleration component in the direction parallel and perpendicular to the solid surface are very close to wall. When we go in this direction, the velocity will decrease. Okay, so x direction it will decrease, and in y direction it will increase. Okay, so answer will be your B option. Okay, so this is your B option, positive velocity in y direction. Okay, and velocity will decrease due to increasing boundary of thickness. Okay, so answer will be B. Next, water enters a pipe of cross section area A1 that branches out into sections of equal area A2 and A3 as shown in figure below. So this is the water entering at velocity V1 with area A1 and leaving at velocity V2, area A2 and A3 area and velocity V3. Okay, at one instant the flow velocities are V1 is equal to 2 meter per second and V2 is equal to 3 meter per second and V3 is equal to 5 meter per second. At another instant V1 is equal to 3 meter per second and V2 is equal to 4 meter per second. Then what will be the value of V3 at that instant? Okay. Given that the areas A1, A2 and A3 are equal. Okay. And initially V1 is 2, V2 is 3 and V3 is 5. Okay. Now applying continuity equation, Here the flow is entering. Okay, A1 V1 is the total flow in, and A2 V2 plus A3 V3 is totally out. Okay, so A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A3. Okay, so from this A can cancel out. Okay, okay. So putting the value of, sorry. So here the given that the area of this A2 and A3 are equal. Okay, it is not equal to A1. Okay, so let it be A. So A1 A2 is A. Okay, so A1 V1 is where A V2 V3. Okay, so A putting the value of V1 V2 and V3, that is 2 3 and 5. Okay, we will have A1 by 4, A1 by 4, there will be 8. Okay, so A will be equal to A1 by 4. Okay, in the second case the velocities are, now we have a relationship between A and A1. Okay, in second case the velocities are V1 and V2. Okay, so it is we will go A1 into 3, A1 into 3 plus A4 into V3, so 4 plus V3. So A here V2 is 4 and V3 is your, suppose V3. Okay, now A1 is your 4A. Okay, 4A into 3 is equal to A. Now again applying continuous equation A1 V1 plus A2 V2 plus A3 V3 and V2 A1 and A2 are A. Okay, and V2 is 4, V3 is unknown, and V2 is 3. Okay, and A1 is equal to 4A. So putting this value we can get V3, that is 8 meter per second. So option B is the right answer. Next, for a two-dimensional incompressible arotational flow, the x component of velocity u is equal to 2x plus 3y. The corresponding y component velocity is, here u is your 2x plus 3y. Okay, here u is your 2x plus 3y. Okay, now the flow is given as incompressible and is rotational. For incompressible flow, it should be like we have derived in with the previous question also. Okay, curly u plus curly x should plus curly v by curly y is equal to 0. Okay, so here curly u by curly x is 2 and curly v by curly y is your curly sorry the curly v is not given. Okay, so it is 2, so curly v by curly y is your minus 2. Okay, so the integrating we get v is equal to minus 2y plus c1 is equal to, so this is equation number 1. Okay, now for a rotational flow, uh, then curly u by curly y is equal to curly v by curly x. Okay, curly u by curly y, that is 3. Okay, should be equal to curly y by curly x. Okay, curly v by curly x. Sorry, curly v by curly x, and this is curly v by curly x. Okay, so now from 1, this is equation 1. Okay, now if we differentiate v with respect to y and get curly, sorry, with respect to x. Okay, then we get curly v by curly x as 0, but curly v by curly x is your 3, and sorry, 0, and suppose, and this constant differentiation is curly c1 by curly x. Okay, so but curly v by curly x is your 3, so curly c1 by curly x is your 3. Okay, now integrating we get c1 is equal to 3x. Okay, so equation for v is your minus 2v plus 3x, option C. Okay, putting in one option C. So minus 2y plus 3x, option C is the right one. So the procedure is, you have to take compressive, you have to create the equation for convective flow, and then for rotational flow, combining these two equations we can get V. Okay, so this is for compressive flow, we get C1. Okay, and then for irrotational flow, we get curly V by curly x. Okay, and here differentiating, we get curly C1 by curly x, or and C1, and then we can put. For a certain flow, for a certain two-dimensional incompressible steady flow, the horizontal and vertical components are given by u is equal to 6y, v is equal to 0, where y is the vertical distance, angular velocity and rate of shear strain respectively are A option, option A minus 3 and 3, B 3 and minus 3, C 3 and minus 6, D minus 6 and 3. Okay, here U is your 6 one and V is your 0. Okay, and we have to calculate angular velocity and angular strain. And angular velocity about z axis will be omega h, omega z is about because there are only two components, so there will be only angular velocity about z axis. Okay, and shear strain will also be about z axis. Okay, omega z will be 1 by 2 curly v by curly x minus curly v by curly y. So this is the formula. So curly v by curly x is you have 0 and sorry, curly v by curly x is 0 and curly v by curly y is minus 6. Okay, so putting the value we can get omega z as minus 6 and if we plus then we get shear strain. Okay, then it will be 3. So answer will be here A minus 3 and 3. Next, in a steady two-dimensional incompressible flow, a stream function psi obeys the equation psi square, curly square psi by curly x square plus curly square psi by curly y square is equal to 4. A solution to this equation is option A psi is equal to x square plus y square, B psi is equal to y square minus x square, C psi is equal to xy, D psi is equal to x plus y. So here the psi square plus x square, uh, this is given. Okay, so take the one by one option. Okay, option by one by one. Okay, so psi is equal to if we differentiate it with respect to x two times, so this will be your 2, and if we differentiate this with respect to y, keeping x constant instead of keeping y constant. Okay, we get this psi square by 2. Okay, so if we add them we get 4. So this is the equation given to answer in the end. So it can be option A, it can be option B, it can be option C. So you have to take all this. Now we are getting option A, so we need to get all the. Okay, so answer is the A. Next, a uniform stream of an ideal fluid with velocity u and pressure P infinity flows past a circular cylinder as shown in the figure below. P infinity and U are the pressure and velocity at infinity. Okay, and this is your sphere. Okay, cylinder and flow past it. Okay, the fluid velocity on the cylinder is given by B theta is equal to 2u sin theta. So this is your B theta is equal to at any instant the fluid velocity at any angle theta velocity 2u sin theta. The pressure coefficient is defined as Cp is equal to P minus infinity 0.5 rho u square. The minimum value here it is minimum, okay, not maximum. The minimum value of Cp on the surface of the cylinder is option A 1, option B minus 1, option C minus 3, option D minus 1. So this is your infinite condition, okay, and this is and velocity at the cylinder is given by this, okay. So we can find out pressure by applying Bernoulli's equation. Sorry, okay, Bernoulli's equation, okay. So it is here Z is constant, okay, taking that same, okay. So here the pressure head is P infinity by rho g and the velocity is v square by 2g. Okay, and here let P is the pressure P by rho g and velocity is your this. So velocity is your 2u sin square by 2g. Okay, so this is your Bernoulli equation. Okay. Now from this we can get solving this we can get P minus P by rho. is equal to this 1 by 2 u square 1 minus u sine square. Okay. Okay. So this is your 1 by 2 rho u square 1 minus u sine square theta. Okay. Now you have to calculate CP. CP is nothing. CP is given as CP minus P dt by rho u square. Okay. We have calculated this. Now dividing it by u square and 2 sorry and 1 by 2 we get CP. So this will be 1 minus u square sine square theta. Now you have to calculate the minimum value because we will take the maximum value of this is minus 4. Okay. Sorry, sine square theta is your 1. Okay. So minimum value will be 1 minus 4. So at theta equal to 90. So answer here minus 3 option C. Okay. Next, a model of characteristic length 20 centimeter is built to study the flow of water. Mu, sorry, mu is equal to 10 per minus 6 meters square per second in an open channel of 5-meter characteristic length. What should be the kinematic viscosity of fluid used in the model? Okay, so these are the options 48 into 10 and minus 9 and 8 into 10 minus 9, 4 into 10 power minus 6 and 8 into 10 power minus 6 already in meters square per second. Okay. Now for dynamic similarity, we should have the roll number of model and prototype uh, the same. Okay. So the roll number of model is rho VB by mu M model for and this is for prototype. Okay. Changing this mu by rho rho into kinematic viscosity. Okay. So here's kinematic viscosity. Okay. And then we have your characteristic length of model is 20 centimeters and written length of just characteristic length of this characteristic length of this uh, prototype is just 5 centimeters and this is just 10 to minus 6. Okay. And okay. So this is we so far we don't have the relationship between velocity. So using kinematic similarity, okay, using Proud model, okay. According to Proud model, v by root L is constant, okay. So v is directly proportional to L. So we can here put v in place of root L, okay. That is characteristic length, and this is also characteristic length. So this also can be put as characteristic length, root characteristic in root, and d also is characteristic length. So putting this V that was root L. So putting this V root L and V L because they are geometrically similar. Okay. So D is like proportional to L. Okay. So V root L and this is L. Okay. Now this mu is your now this is your L 1.5. Okay, and this is your L 1.5 value. Okay. So the ratio of velocity so the ratio viscosity will be this. Okay. This is 5,000 by 200. The L is given as 5,000 and this is your 200. Okay. Okay. So this will be 5 by 2. So putting the value of this small vp or mu p. Okay. You can get the kinematic viscosity of model. So that is 8.10 per minus 9 meter per meter square per second. So actually D is equal to so here we have to consider two similarities, that is dynamic similarity which is considered by the roll number and the kinematic similarity that is considered by round number. And from these two numbers we can have V in proportion to L and D in proportion to L. Okay. So then we can find out the ratio of kinematic viscosity and then we can find out the kinematic viscosity of this model. Okay. Next, of a model of the fluid going in the motor. Okay. Next, water flows steadily through a smooth circular tube of 5 centimeter diameter at a flow rate of 5 kilogram per second. Take viscosity mu is equal to 0.001 Newton second per meter square and density rho is equal to 1000 kilogram per meter cube. The Darcy's friction factor is given as Fd is equal to 54 Red for fully developed laminar flow and Fd 0.316 Red minus ratio minus 0.25. For fully developed laminar flow, the approximate pressure drop per unit length in the fully developed region of the tube is A 20 Pascal per meter, B 120 Pascal per meter, C 420 Pascal per meter, D 960 Pascal per meter. Here the diameter of the tube is 5 centimeters and flow rate is your 5. Okay, and so from this we can calculate velocity. Okay, so Q by A. Okay, Q is your 5 kilogram per second. Okay, or 5 kilogram per second. Okay, and so it is in kilogram. Okay, so as the water is flowing, so volume flow rate of water is 5/1000. Okay, so this is Q. Okay, and this is area. So we can find out velocity, and from velocity, uh, now we have velocity, we have diameter. Okay, and viscosity is given, and viscosity is also given. Okay, this is given. Okay, and rho is your thousand. Okay, from this we can calculate the roll number. Okay, so the roll number comes out as 80,000. As it is an internal flow. Okay, because it is flowing through a circular tube, so it is a turbulent flow because R is more than 2000. Okay, so flow is turbulent. Okay, now for turbulent flow, the friction factor is this formula. Okay, so we can put the RAD. Okay, so then we calculate FD. So FD is your 0.01879, and once FD is known, then we can find out head loss, that is FD and D square D by 2G. Okay, this is your friction factor. Okay, friction factor. When friction factor is given, then you have to use FD LV square by 2D. When coefficient of friction is given, then you have to use 4F LV square D by 2D. Okay. So from this we can calculate head loss, that is 0.048 meters, and then we can calculate the pressure loss, because this is head loss. So rho G HF will be the pressure loss. So this will be 480 Pascal per meter. So answer is your C answer. Okay. Next, consider a constant pressure boundary layer over a flat plate of length 3 meter. Free stream velocity is 60 meter per second. The density and viscosity of the fluid, respectively, rho 1.23 kilogram per meter cube and mu 1.7 in 10 to minus 5 Newton second per meter. Transition occurs at a distance xcr is equal to zero point 0.1 meter from the leading edge. If the free stream velocity is changed to u is equal to 120 meter per second, the xcr becomes option A 0.2 meter, option B 0.1 meter, option C 0.05 meter, option D 0.005 meter. Here the length of the plate is here 3 meters. Okay, and free stream velocity is here u. Okay, so again calculating the Reynolds number. Okay, so Renault number is your row U X CR because it is an external flow. We will use X, okay, or length XCR U. Okay, so this is your critical Renault number, or at which the transition occurs. Okay, the this is given as so at when the flow is here. Initially, it is given as 0.1. Okay, XCR is given as 0.1, and rho is 1000. U is just 60, and mu is mu for air is mu is 1.7 million. Okay, sorry, here is one mistake. That rho is your 1.23. Okay, but it will cancel out it. Should be 1.23. Okay, and from this we can so the critical Reynolds number will be constant, and for the two conditions given that we can figure XCR. So equating these two Reynolds number, okay, this cancel out. So 60 120 cancel out. So 120 and this is cancel out. Okay, so this is according to first condition. U is your 60. Okay, mu is your 1.79 10 minus 5, and rho is your 1.23. Okay, and XCR is your zero point 0.1, and we will get the critical Reynolds number. Okay, and in the second condition, U is your 120 and XCR is equal to 0.1. Okay, and mu is equal to 1.79, and rho is your sorry XCR we have to calculate. Okay, and rho is your 1.23. Okay, because critical enrollment would remains in both the cases, so it will be so answer will be XCR. Okay, next for a laminar flow, for a laminar boundary layer with constant free stream velocity, that is curly p by curly x is equal to 0, the variation of curly u by curly y with the distance from the wall is given by. So as we move in y direction, okay, when curly p by curly x is constant, okay, so within the laminar boundary layer, this will remain as a straight line, okay, and when within the boundary layer, it will remain like this, straight, okay. When it crosses a boundary layer, then the change in velocity with respect to y will be zero, nearly zero. So it will be like this. Okay. And after some distance it may increase also. So answer will be B. Okay. So this is y, this is y, and it will remain constant within boundary layer, and then it will be zero. Okay. Then it will be uh, it will not depend upon y. Okay, it will be constant, and then we can okay. So answer is yes, or we can solve it by this. Laminar velocity profile is u by u y by delta du by dy is y by delta. Okay, so uh, so u is constant. Okay, and delta is constant, so it will remain constant. So answer will be like this. Okay, next consider a steady flow of a uniform stream past a circular cylinder for viscous fluid. The following two cases are compared: one, cylinder rotating at slow rate about its axis; two, cylinder is not rotating. Consider the statements. P. The lift force in case 1 is 0. Q. Lift force in case 2 is 0. R. Drag force in case 1 is non-zero. S. Drag force in case 2 is 0. Which one of the following combination is true? Option A PQR, B PRS, C PS, D QR. When the cylinder is not rotating, okay, then there will be no lift because lift is due to rotation of cylinder. Okay, so in case in the first case cylinder is rotating, so there will be lift, and in the second case the cylinder is not rotating. So in case of the lift force in case of two two statements, okay, which one is only as two, okay. So Q which of the following the in the second case the cylinder is not rotating, so lift force is zero, okay. And the circle is R. Therefore, in case one is non-zero because therefore the always get from the when a when a fluid pass through the okay. So answer is your Q and R. And tell us the lift force in case of one is zero because cylinder rotating, so there will be a force. Drag force in case is zero. No, it is wrong because drag force will always be present. Okay. Next answer is your B. An orifice plate of 60 mm diameter and discharge coefficient 0.6 is used for measuring flow rate of air. Rho is equal to 1.2 kilogram per meter cube. Mu is equal to 1.8 10 to the minus 5 kilogram per meter per second through a pipe of 100 mm diameter. A manometer with water as working fluid connected across the orifice plate reads 180 mm. The air flow rate is approximately equal to A zero point 0.3 meter cube per second, B zero point 0.1 meter cube per second, C 0.01 meter cube per second, D 0.003 meter cube per second. Okay. So this is the orifice plate. Okay. Where this is the minimum cross section, and here U tube is attached. Okay. Yes. This is the okay. Now at 1 1 applying this is the minimum cross section area. Okay, this is the total area. It is not clear, but it is total area. Okay. So at applying Bernoulli equation at 1 1 and at 2 2. So it is, at 1 1 P1 by rho g V1 square by 2g plus Z1. Okay. And at 2 2 V2 by 2g P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g and Z. Okay. Now the pressure difference is given by this manometer. Okay, that will be suppose rho m is the density of mercury and rho is the density of fluid. Okay, that is will be pressure difference will be rho m by rho minus one x. Okay, so this will be your 2.268 meters. Okay, Z1 is equal to Z2. Okay, and x is given because x is given as 180. Okay, 180. So and rho m is 12.6, oh sorry, 13.6, that will be 12.6. No is a okay. So putting this value, we can get this change in velocity v2 square by 2g minus v1 square by 2g. Okay. So applying the continuity equation here, a1 v1 is equal to a2 v2, a1 v1, a2 v2. Okay. Here it is given that 60 mm diameter, okay, and coefficient of discharge is 0.6. Okay. And we assume that CV is 1. Okay. So whatever CD is there, that is CC, that is coefficient of construction. So because CD is your CV into CC, so CD is your CC. Okay. So this CD is given as 0.6. Okay. So this is your so A2 will be your CD into A0 V2, and this will be A1 V1. Okay. So A0 is given as that is according to 100 mm square. Okay, and other the plate diameter is your 60 mm. Okay, so Or if I play this, so there's 60 square, this is 0.6 V2. So we can get the ratio of these two, and we have got difference of these two. From these two equations, we can solve for V1 and V2. So as V1 is required to calculate the discharge, so A is your V1 is your 1.4899. So A1 is your discharge, so 100 square into V1. Because A1 in the portion A1 there is no compression has been taken place. Okay, so we can directly calculate A1 into V1 as discharge. So answer is your 0.0117 meter cube per second. So option C is the right. Next, the velocity of an air stream rho is equal to 1 kilogram per meter cube is to be measured using a pitted static tube. The level difference between two arms of the manometer is 2 centimeter of water. The velocity is option A 0.02 meter per second, option B 2 meter per second, option C 10 meter per second, option D 20 meter per second. Okay. So here the dynamic pressure had by sorry. This is similar to the question second or third question asked in 2022. So dynamic head is again given by this as manometer is used rho m rho wgh here w rho w water has been used. So this is dynamic head. So the dynamic head of air is this half rho u square. Here the density is rho. Density rho is for air and here the density rho is for water. Okay. Density of air is 1. Okay. And this is your you have to calculate. Okay. So here it will be 1010 and H is here 2 centimeters. So this is 2 millimeter. Okay. So we can here because beta static will be used. So we can take directly 2 as H. Okay. So answer will be 20 meter per second. Okay. Use करें 400 20 meter per second. So answer is your D. Okay. Next, match the items in the following columns using the most appropriate combination. P dp by dz is equal to rho g. Q lift, R stream function, S compressibility. One sorry, other on the left side, on the right side. One is volume flow rate, two variable density atmosphere, three Mach number, four circulation, five Reynolds number. So option A, you have to match this. Okay, then we check it. Here it is variable density. Okay, so P is due to lift is due to circulation. Okay, stream function represents the volume rate per unit weight. Okay, so it is related to volume flow. Compressibility is here dp by 0, entropy constant root. Okay, so it is uh, related to Mach number. So Mach number is dp by 0, entropy constant root. So which is then compressibility. So it is equal to so P2 Q4 R1 and S3. So answer is D. Okay. Next, common data question. Common data for question 23-24. A line source and a line sink, both of unit strength, are placed on x-axis at x is equal to -1 and x is equal to +1 respectively. In terms of Cartesian unit vector I and j, velocity at point 0, 1 is given as option A 0 I plus 0 j, B 1 by 2 pi I, C 1 by 2 pi j, D 1 by pi I. Okay, question number 24. If the source and sink are placed in uniform approach stream, The resulting external flow correspond to that of a doublet over a circular cylinder. C over a Rankine half body. D over a Rankine oval. Here, the source is placed at a distance -1 and sink is placed at a distance 1. Okay, and this is the point where we have to find out the velocity. Okay, so here we have to find out the velocity. Okay, okay. So the strength of sorry the stream function of the source and sink is given by this psi is equal to q by 2 pi theta. Okay, theta can be theta for source is here is theta 1 and for sink it is theta 2 this number. Okay, theta 2. Okay. Now for source it is tangent converting theta tangent theta is equal to theta general expression. Tangent theta is this is y. This is a. Okay. So tangent theta is y by a and psi 1 is your q1 so this is q1 okay for source one q1 2 pi tangent inverse y by. Similarly for this expression psi 2 q2 by 2 pi tangent here because we have to determine single so we have to take minus a okay so y by minus a okay so as first is source another is this so we have to extract these two okay now q1 as the strength of the source and strength of the source and strength of the source and strength of the sink is same that is 1 unit so q1 is equal to q2 okay and general expression will be like this here should be minus a okay because it is minus a here okay it is also minus here so the resulting will be the resultant these two will be 2 okay so minus minus plus okay so it will be change it right now change it here here it should be minus okay here it should be minus so it will come out as plus okay so this will be your 2 tangent inverse y by a so differentiating respect to y 2 by here it should be 2 by 1 okay k plus okay here it should be 2 pi okay it should be divided by 2 pi so so the integration will be so the integration will be 2 by 2 pi 1 plus y square a square or 1 by a okay so at x is equal to 0 okay and y is equal to 1 because we have to find the velocity at this point okay the velocity this is the velocity okay u will be 2 by 2 by 1 by 2 okay so it will be 1 by 2 by and at b will be because here the u is your curly pi by curly y okay because speed function is like that okay and V is your curly V by curly sine curly X. Okay. So V as this is, there is no X in this. Okay. So it is zero, and there is Y in it. Okay. There is Y in it. Okay. So it will be your at X 0 Y 1 is will be 1 by 2 pi. So answer will be U is your 1 by 2 pi I, and V is your 0. Okay. When this only source and sink are present, then it is a droplet flow. Okay. So this is it. The case of droplet flow, when source and sink are placed in a uniform approach stream. Okay. Resulting external flow is droplet. Okay. So this is droplet. Next, uh, linked answer question 25 to 28. Carry 2 marks each. The statement for linked answer question 25 and 26. A motor boat is cruising in a lake, see figure below, at a uniform speed of 10 meters per second. A 180 kilowatt pump sucks the water at a rate of 1 meter cube per second through an inlet pipe in front and pumps it out with a velocity of 10 meters per second with respect to the lake through the outlet pipe at the rear. Okay. So this is the figure given. Okay, and it is given that a motor body is cruising at a constant speed that is 10 meters per second. Okay, so and it sucks the water and pump it out. Okay, so and its capacity is 180 kilowatt, and mass flow rate is, sorry, volume flow rate is this. Okay, now we velocity of the motor boat velocity is here 10 meters per second. This petrol is okay, and you have to calculate the total drag force, total drag on the boat, and you have to power utilize the total in the boat. Okay, in the boat. So it is given that uh, the mass, the volume that is entering in the pump is just 1 meter cube. Okay, so mass is your uh, rho into V, that is 1000 kilogram per second. Okay. Now, when the water is out of the boat, that is at zero velocity. Okay. When it is within the boat, it is getting a velocity of 10 meter per second. Okay. So changing velocity of water is just 10. So the changing velocity is 10. Okay. And mass flow rate is just 1000. Okay. So the change in velocity and mass per rate per unit time is when we multiply when we multiply it, we get drag force. Okay, that drag force will be 10,000 dot 10 kilonewton. Okay, and this power utilized to propel the boat is your because that is drag force into that velocity of boat. Okay, sorry, velocity of boat. The drag force is your 10 kilonewton and velocity is 10. To answer your 100 kilowatt. So for the first 26 is answer is 10, and for the 26 answer is your 100 kilowatt. Okay. Next, question number 27 and question number 28. Consider a fully developed laminar flow in a pipe of radius r, which is, in which r and x represent the radial and axial coordinate respectively. The axial velocity distribution is ur minus r square divided by 4 mu dt by dx bracket 1 minus r square bracket r square, and the average axial velocity is um minus r square by 8 mu dt by dx. Okay. The magnitude of shear force on the tau wall is, so this is these are options. The local friction factor CF tau wall, CF is tau wall by 0.5 rho u square and R is equal to this is dx. So these are the options we have to get an answer according to that. Okay. Now we know that according to Newtonian law we have this u is equal to e by r. Okay. Where y is your r minus r. Okay. Because here the laminar flow in the pipe has been considered. Okay. So y is the distance from the surface. Okay, so it is r minus r. Okay, so it is dy is your minus dr. Okay. Putting these values, we have minus du by dr. Okay, so as u is given as this r square minus r square del by dr, 1 minus r square by r square. Okay, so curly u by curly r, finding out this curly u by curly r. So differentiating it, we get this r square by 4 mu del by curly r into minus 2r by r square. Okay. So this will be your minus minus plus this is your curly rectangular, but from here we get this curly rectangular. Okay, so equating from this. Okay, you are putting this value here. Okay, we can get shear stress. Okay, so when we take r equal to r, then we get uh, r is equal to r, then we get the Wall shear stress. Okay, okay, so putting this r is equal to r, we get dt by dx, that is 8 mu by r square. Okay, and your tau wall will be then putting this here, we get 4 mu um, by r. So option B is here covered. Now CF is given as tau wall by 0.5 rho u m square. UM is also given tau wall we have calculated. Okay. So we can put these values. Okay. So just we get this option here. Right answer. Okay. This is all about question paper of 2007 exit fluid mechanics. Thank you.